The drama.
Really, I look just like you. Look at this.
The resolution.
He doesn't want to be with you.
I know.
It's all today on Trisha. Their story shocked you.
I hate being black.
Moved you.
I don't want to burn out on the baby.
Amazed you.
I'm trying for the last time to have you in my life.
You tweeted the questions. Did Lucinda leave Josh? We're giving the answers.
I cannot believe she chose that man over her own child.
Outrageous guest updates. The DNA proved he was her father.
Ashley will do anything to try proving that that baby is mine.
Jimmy is Mercedes.
Was a DNA test enough to make him step up?
I am so happy to be a part of Mercedes' life, and I cannot wait to watch her grow up.
Outrageous guest updates. Her mother told her she was the product of rape.
If I would have consented to sex with him, I would have tried to help her find him.
I didn't take any of her clothes off. She did that on her own.
You were being truthful. What happened when she found her father?
To tell my mom, Paula, and Miss the truth, I refuse speaking to her.
Where are they now? A butt implant nearly killed her.
I have no hands, no feet.
She's back.
April has overcome yet another obstacle.
An inspiring update.
I just completed a triathlon.
Her kids wanted her to stop dressing like a man.
Just because she likes girls doesn't mean she can't dress like one.
Niecy's back. She's not the only one who had a makeover. Today on Trisha.
Thank you, guys. Listen, we get tons of emails and tweets every day. So we logged on to our Twitter page, combed through your tweets, and today we're updating you on the most tweeted guests of the season. So fans watching at home, do this for us. Please send us your tweets as you hear the updates. So let's begin. Our next tweet came from a fan named Laura, who wanted an update on Rona. For the last 37 years, Rona had been trying to convince a man named Tyrone that he was her dad. Tyrone, however, claimed that her mother was the neighborhood hot girl, and he wasn't Rona's dad. Rona's Aunt Gwen was also here to confront Tyrone. Watch what happened.
I was 17 when Rona was born, and yes, I slept with her mama, but she was also sleeping with another man. She calls me a deadbeat dad. I feel she's a deadbeat woman, a loser. Regardless of these results, it's not gonna change the outcome. I want nothing to do with her Aunt Gwen, or nobody else in that family.
You don't know me. I tried to be a part of your life. I tried for the last time to have you in my life.
All them lies.
You a piece of
I was there for 2 years with you, knowing your mama was sleeping around.
You wanted a DNA test? What are you going to do if it turns out that you are her father?
She is so evil, I don't want to do with her or her family.
It was time to meet Aunt Gwen and get the results of the DNA test. When your sister was 17, now Tyrone says it was just lust.
My sister was so hooked on Tyrone, she couldn't see nobody else. And Tyrone is the father of Rona.
You a liar.
You was not Tyrone.
Would you apologize if the DNA test says
Why
it's
should I
okay?
apologize? Damn her.
Damn you. Right.
Please, God, spare me.
Now, you can kiss my ass.
Got the DNA test, it's done. I still don't want nothing to do with her. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the deadbeat dad.
All right,
I don't care.
So, we spoke to Tyrone and he says they didn't have a relationship before and they still don't have one now. So, Twitter fans, do you think there's any repairing this relationship? Tweet us and tell us what you think. This next story was the ultimate family feud. It involved an 18-year-old woman named Amber who came to prove to the man she believed to be her father, Clinton, that he was, in fact, her dad. Now, here's the feud. Clinton's new wife, Lori, and daughter, Ashley, claimed Clinton was not Amber's biological father, and they were here to prove it. Was Clinton ever a father figure in your life?
No, he was never there.
What about Clinton's other daughter, Ashley? How'd you get on with her?
We don't get along at all.
What's your problem with... Well,
I mean,
she could be your half-sister.
I don't care. She ain't gonna disrespect my family. Think she get away with it. I don't play that.
We don't know you nothing in life. You need to go see your mother.
Do you believe that Amber is your daughter?
I do not know for sure or not. Mom said I wasn't your dad.
He is. Blame this on your mother.
Well, Ashley and Lori say they were shocked to find out Amber was Clinton's biological daughter. They say they're trying to accept her into the family and they're all working on the relationship. This next Twitter question comes from Sarah. It involved a very emotional man named Josh. After finding suspicious, sexy text messages on his fiancée Lucinda's phone, Josh came here terrified that the mother of his 2 children was not only cheating, but that his kids didn't belong to him either. Watch this.
I'm terrified that my fiancée Lucinda is cheating on me and I'm gonna lose my family. On Valentine's Day, when she should have been with me, she was texting some other guy pictures of her privates. I just want to know the truth and I just want it to be over. When we get here last night in the hotel, she's texting another dude and sent him another picture of herself. I called the guy and I said, look, man, leave my wife alone.
I know that you're the dad.
You sending pictures of your private parts. What the hell is that about?
I don't have a reason. There's no excuse.
Are you in love with Josh? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with him?
I don't think so.
I can't stay with someone that doesn't want to be with me, that's for sure.
But
I still love her.
The results of the lie detector and the DNA test were in. In the last 4 years, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Josh that he doesn't know about? You said no. Tim?
The polygraph determined that Lucinda was not being truthful. It was at least more than 3 times.
Is there any possibility that either Chester or Dallin do not belong to Josh? You said no. Tim?
Lucinda was not being truthful.
Why? You did this to our kids, too!
Oh, I'm the father.
Of Chester.
You are
I'm the father.
and I
It could have been wrong. You didn't know. You didn't know the truth.
He doesn't want to be with you.
I know. I just gotta let go.
You have it. So after the show, our Twitter followers were desperate to know, did Lucinda leave Josh? She didn't. The last we heard, they were still together and working on their relationship. So, fingers crossed. Well, this next story caused mayhem on our Twitter feed. On a show entitled I Hate My Race, we met Star and Willis. Both Star and Willis claimed they hated being black and refused to date people of their own race. Now, Star wouldn't even let her own children play with other black children. Yeah, watch this.
I find my race to be ignorant and just plain ghetto.
I hate being black. I don't like the fact that I get judged because of the color of my skin. So I tell people I'm mixed.
Black women have scorned me with their lying and cheating ways and all of their baby daddies.
My son knows he is never allowed to eat fried chicken. That is way too much of a black thing.
As an African-American, do you think of yourself as...
I'm not African-American,
Oh.
please don't call me that.
Would you date a black man?
Absolutely not. All the black men that I've met are really ghetto. They're really disrespectful, they're rude.
Would you be happy if your son brought home a black
I
young
wouldn't,
lady?
because I know I can't change the world, but what I can do is I can encourage my child to lighten up.
If you want to talk about people being ghetto and uneducated, then guess what? I can take my 2 college degrees, put those to the side, and I can get real ghetto and uneducated.
Here's the update. We don't know. That's the answer. After the insane response, we tried to get in touch with them, and they have not returned our calls. So, Willis, Star, if you're watching, let us know how you're doing. And more Twitter fan updates right after this. Up next, follow-ups you won't believe.
I cannot believe she chose that man over her own child.
Coming up, her mother told her she was the product of rape.
And tell my mom, Paula, admits the truth, I refuse speaking to her.
And later, a butt implant nearly killed her.
I have no hands, no feet, no butt cheeks.
An inspiring update.
April has overcome yet another obstacle.
Outrageous guest update.
Full custody.
Amazing. Today on Trisha.
You tweeted, we're answering. Twitter fan updates today. One of our most tweeted about topics is our ongoing series entitled Kids Having Kids. On a recent episode, we met Ashley, who at just 13 years of age claimed she got pregnant by this man, Jimmy. The problem, Jimmy and his mom, Diane, claimed the ultrasound picture didn't look like them. And they denied Ashley's now 4-year-old daughter, Mercedes. The twist, Jimmy's sister, Angel, was on Ashley's side. Watch.
Ashley is obsessed with me and would do anything to prove that I am her baby's father.
That girl is nothing but a whore. I know for a fact there is no way my son is her baby's dad.
Ashley will do anything to try proving that that baby is mine.
I know she's using this baby to get back with my son.
When the test comes back that I'm not that baby's father, I want Ashley out of my life for good.
Did you tell him?
I did tell him. I told him I was pregnant, and when I told him I was pregnant, it was when he had told me he had another girl pregnant that was 3 months and he was a girl.
Did he promise you things?
Yeah, he did. He promised me that he would stay with me forever and that we would get married once the hard times were over.
Do you think she looks anything like your family?
No, she doesn't. She looks like one of the people back in her hometown.
What problem did you have with the ultrasound?
Well, I looked at it and I was like, no, that ain't mine.
Really?
You know.
Really?
Are you seriously saying that you think Ashley slept with the DNA technician?
Yes, there was a family member of hers that approached her.
If that was the case, I would find someone with a job.
Jimmy is Mercedes.
He had to go through this to get that?
You slept with how many guys?
Okay,
how many guys did you sleep with?
I slept with has nothing to do with the DNA
Before
test.
Jimmy.
Sorry for not being there when it took 2 of us to make the baby.
Twitter fans, here's the update.
Hi, Trisha. It's Diane and Jimmy. Since coming to the show, finding out Jimmy is the baby's father, the whole entire family has been more involved in her life.
Now that I know that Mercedes is my daughter, I've been having her stay at my house and buying her a bunch of toys and matching outfits and all kinds of different stuff.
I don't call Ashley bad names anymore, and our relationship is getting a little better.
I am so happy to be a part of Mercedes' life, and I cannot wait to watch her grow up. Coming to the show was a great experience. Thanks for everything, Trisha. Bye.
Moving on. Recently, we met a woman named Leticia who came here to not only prove to her mom, Barbara, that her mom's husband, Derek, was cheating, but to convince her mum to leave him too. Watch this.
I hate my mom's husband, Derek. Derek is a cheater and everything out his mouth is a damn lie. Pretends that he's all about family, but he's not. All he tried to do is isolate my mom from her kids. When he fails his test, my mom needs to choose. It's either him or me.
Do you think if your mum had to choose between you or Derek, who do you think she would choose?
If I was dying and if I'm hanging off a cliff and I'm hanging on, barely hanging on, and it's her man next to me too, I do believe my mom will grab him.
Oh, really? You're wrong, you're being disrespectful. And you was not raised like that, and you're wrong for your business. You're gonna have problems. I don't give a damn. You're gonna have problems if you don't shut up.
Do you think that Derek is cheating on you?
Yes, I do. Beginning, I felt like we was Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
But the devil sent a serpent up in there.
So what
and
he
he
took
took
my
my heart.
Well, Derek claimed that since he was being made to look like the devil, he came out dressed like him too. The results were in.
I don't give a damn
It's
hell
either certain people.
if you love me or you hate me, but you gonna respect me. You understand this?
And I want my
this
respect
is my
too.
house.
Like I said, at the end of the day,
but at
that's
the end
my
of the
mom
day,
forever. You are temporary.
my mama gonna stand up for herself. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have sexual contact with Leticia's friend? You said no. Tim?
Derek was being truthful.
Since you moved to Chicago, have you had sexual contact with anyone? You said no. Tim?
Derek was being truthful.
Can't do it no more, man. Love you, but you know what? You know, I mean, I can't fight this battle.
It's true. That's what he good at. He good at walking out. That's exactly what he good at. Walking out. That's what he good.
Our Twitter fans could not believe he passed. So did Leticia stop treating Derek like the devil? Take a look.
Hi, Trisha. It's Leticia. Since the show, I have not talked to my mother because she's still with that deadbeat Derek. I cannot believe she chose that man over her own child. I don't care that he passed that lie detector test. He's not a good person, and my mother could do a hell of a lot better. I don't like Derek. I don't want him around, and until he hits the road, I'm not talking to my mother. I guess we have to see what happens. Thanks, Trisha. Bye.
Recently, we met a young mother named Chelsea. Although she was just a teen when she gave birth to her daughter, Adrielle, 3 years later, Chelsea claimed she'd been raising Adrielle on her own because her ex-boyfriend Carl and his new girlfriend Kayla denied he was the dad. Yeah, watch this.
I thought Carl and I were gonna be together and have a family. But that all changed when he started to deny our baby. Kayla wasn't there when Carl and I had sex to make our baby, so she needs to butt out.
How do you get on with Kayla?
Me and Kayla don't get along. She thinks that I want Carl. I don't want Carl. I want him to be a father to our baby. I don't want him.
Okay.
Chelsea needs to stop hitting her daughter on me. There is no way that kid is mine.
Chelsea's nothing but a straight-up greedy bitch. The only thing she wants or cares about is money.
Chelsea even told me she was sleeping with other guys when we were together.
Chelsea is taking food out of my child's mouth, interfering with my family, and it's gonna stop today. You've been lying!
How many children do you have?
I only have
3.
2.
He's good at making them, just ain't good at taking care of them. Adrielle deserves to have a dad in her life.
Well, you're just gonna bring another guy in her life anyway.
This is not your concern.
Yes, it is. He's with me. It is my concern.
Okay.
Yes.
Your daughter. It doesn't matter. He doesn't want anything to do with you.
That's okay. That's okay.
So after proving he was the father, would Carl put his feelings aside and be a part of Adrielle's life? Take a look.
Hi Trisha, it's Carl. Since the show, I've been trying to be involved in my daughter Adrielle's life. Despite the distance, Chelsea lets me Skype with Adrielle every other day. I just love seeing that sweet little girl's face. Me and Kayla are still together, and she has been very supportive of me being in Adrielle's life. Thanks for setting the record straight, Trisha. Goodbye.
More Twitter fan updates right after this. Up next, her kids wanted her to stop dressing like a man.
Just because she likes girls doesn't mean she can't dress like one.
When was the last time you put makeup on?
Never. It's not me.
Niecy's back. Come on out. And she's not the only one who had a makeover.
And later, her mother told her she was the product of rape.
Until my mom, Paula, admits the truth, I refuse speaking to her.
Outrageous guest update.
Full cussing.
Amazing. Today on Trisha.
Today we're updating you on the most twittered Trisha guests ever. Named Susan tweeted us about Tony, Tori and Jim. After 21 years of denials, Tony came to the show to confront Jim and prove once and for all that he was the father of her 21-year-old daughter, Tori. Watch this.
After 21 years of all the lies and all the deceit, I am here to find out if Tori is my daughter or not. I know when Tori's mom, Tony, got pregnant, I know she was sleeping with multiple men. But because she doesn't want to look like a whore, she's saying for certain that I am the father.
He told me to have an abortion, fall down the stairs. He wasn't going to raise her.
You don't know who the father is.
No. If he is not the father, he can bend over and I will kiss him.
Do you have doubts?
I have absolute doubts.
Why?
Because she was sleeping around with other men.
Oh my God.
She ended up marrying my roommate. Go like you want.
Really? Really? I look just like you. Look at this.
What are you so angry about?
I was 12 years old. He said I was his father. He was my dad. Why now am I not his daughter?
Okay.
You know what?
Whoa.
The DNA results determined that James is Tori's father! Yeah! I'm your daughter! Yeah! Now kiss my feet! Kiss my feet!
You're sleeping with different men!
Swallow your pride and say you were wrong!
Because you were sleeping around!
Was there any repairing this father-daughter relationship? Well, here's the update. Tori says since the show, her relationship with Jim has improved. She and Jim talk on the phone and they hope to visit each other this summer. So how about that? That's good. This next story had the Twitter world confused. Take a look at this photo. 5 of the people in that photo are brother and sister, and one person is the mom. Who? This woman, Niecy. Now, Niecy's kids came here because they said it had been years since they'd seen their mom dressed like an actual woman, and they were desperate for her to get a back-to-mom makeover. Watch this.
Most of our lives, our mom has been dressing like a man. Just because she likes girls doesn't mean she can't dress like one.
My mom doesn't just dress like a man, she acts like a man too. She plays basketball, she fixes cars, and she does the plumbing.
We have a family reunion coming up in July. We want our mom showing up looking like a woman.
Any of you remember your mom dressing like a woman?
No, I never seen her dress like
maybe.
Believe it or not, yeah, she has 13 grandchildren. She does not even look like she's a grandmother, so yeah.
Well, what do they call her? Grandma?
Grandma.
I just want them to see what their grandmother looked like as a woman.
How long is it since you wore a dress?
Forever.
You don't want to change sex or anything like that? You don't want to?
No, I'm a mom first. I'm a mother first, and I'm their daddy next. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. It ain't that bad. I am a good-looking dude.
Now, agreeing to get this makeover was really difficult for Niecy, but take a look at how her kids reacted when it was finally revealed.
When was the last time you put makeup on?
Never. It's not me. Not concerned about anything. I'm doing it for my kids, so I'm not really concerned about it. It just ain't me.
Let's do it.
And this is what Niecy looked like before. She was a regular dude. That's what you called herself.
My little brother.
So blindfolds, everybody. Let's check out what Niecy looks like now. Remove your blindfolds. Here we go.
I would date me.
You Getting that makeover was a big deal for Niecy, and obviously it meant a lot to her kids, which left us wondering, did her makeover stick? Shall we find out? Yeah! Well, she's here, so Niecy, come on out.
Are you looking for Trisha?
Yeah.
Well, she's right there.
Where? Here we go, Trisha. Oh my God. You still sexy with that on, don't worry about it.
You went back to dressing like a man, huh? Yeah, you feel more comfortable in the suit?
Yes.
And I kind of figured that because you kind of put on the woman's clothes and lost your personality.
Yeah.
But you learned something from the show. What did you get out of the show?
My kids wanted to see that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something to make them happy. And that part right there,
Did they appreciate it?
Yeah, they appreciate it. But they appreciate this more.
Yeah. Here's what we want to know, because big response from our Twitter fans. Twitter fans, which look do you like better? Tweet us and let us know. Niecy as a woman or Niecy as a good-looking dude?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Up next, her mother told her she was the product of rape.
And tell my mom, Paula, and Mr. Troop I refuse speaking to her.
Shocking guest updates. And later.
It was painful for me to find out that Tawana had lied to me and that Trinity was not my daughter.
Follow-ups you won't believe. Outrageous guest update.
Full cussing.
Amazing. Today on Trisha.
Trisha, Twitter fan updates today. Another story that blew up our Twitter feed was truly unique. It involved a 22-year-old woman named Erica who had always been told by her mom, Paula, that she was the product of rape. Yeah, and that Paula didn't know who Erica's father was. Well, that all changed when a month ago, Erica was contacted by a young woman named Lexi who claimed that her father, Thomas, could also be Erica's father. Yeah, it was a true DNA mystery.
It makes me so mad that I have to defend myself to my daughter, Erica. And now she's doubting my word over the scumbag that I don't even know. The night I got pregnant, I was celebrating with a friend of mine. And the next day, I wake up completely naked. And a couple days later, I find out I'm pregnant. The only thing I can think of is I was raped.
If I would have consented to sex with him, I would have tried to help her find him.
She invited me into her apartment. I didn't take any of her clothes off. She did that on her own. We had sex, you know, and I realized I didn't have a condom, you know, but it was already done. She even gave my uncle a picture of Erica when she was like 3 or 4 months old.
And you never heard from her again?
No.
You're saying this is the first time you've laid eyes on this man in person?
First time I've ever seen him.
We asked you, did Paula consent to having sexual relations with you? You said yes. You were being truthful.
Erica is Thomas's daughter.
Yeah. Did Paula finally admit to knowing Thomas and confess the truth? Well, here is the update.
Hi, Trisha. It's Erica. I can't thank you and the show enough for helping prove Thomas is my biological father.
I can't describe the amount of joy I feel for having Erica in my life. Paula is a liar. She is the one to blame for keeping me away from Erica for all these years.
And tell my mom, Paula, and Miss the Truth, I refuse speaking to her. Having Thomas in my life has changed it for the better, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way.
Thanks for bringing us together. Bye, Trisha.
So more Twitter fan updates right after this. Coming up, a butt implant nearly killed her.
I have no hands, no feet, no butt cheeks.
An inspiring update. April has overcome yet another obstacle. And later.
It was painful for me to find out that Tawana had lied to me and that Trinity was not my daughter.
Follow-ups you won't believe. Outrageous guest update.
Full custody.
Amazing. Today on Trisha.
Today, we've been updating you on some of our most tweeted Trisha guests ever. This next story was tweeted about because it was not only shocking and terrifying, but it was truly inspirational. It involved a woman named April. Now, April had always dreamed of having a bigger rear end, and she thought she'd hit the jackpot when a woman offered to inject her backside with silicone. But something went horribly wrong, and as a result, she lost her arms and legs. Watch this.
When I was younger, that's one thing I always wished for, was a bigger butt.
How did you hear about them?
The young lady came to my salon with her friend, and she said she did her friend's butt.
It was just this woman? She wasn't a doctor or anything like that?
No, absolutely not. A client.
So she gives you what, an injection in each buttock?
Each buttock.
Hurt?
Very painful. Well, maybe 1.5 to 2 years, I started to feel my butt getting hard.
So you went to the doctor?
It's going wrong. No.
Why not?
Because I was too embarrassed for like 2 years.
2 years?
By the 3rd year, I started itching. Enough itch where it made my ego humble itself, where I called my doctor.
Right. In the end, amputate your butt?
Absolutely. I have no hands, no feet, no butt cheeks.
Was there never a point when you thought, I just don't want this to go on?
You know what, no. Once I was still living, after they gave me 24 hours to live, I couldn't find no sadness to be sad about.
Yeah, we'll talk about inspirational. April is back today.
Yes!
And since that taping, April has overcome yet another obstacle. So, April, you're going to tell us what you have recently completed.
I just completed a triathlon.
Yeah, we were so amazed by April's mission, she allowed us to document her journey at the Pasadena Triathlon.
Yes.
Yeah, check this out.
After months of training, April hit the ground running bright and early, ready to tackle yet another life challenge, the Pasadena Triathlon. Competing side by side with traditional athletes, April was off to the races.
Go!
During the race, which included a 5K run, a 15K bike ride, and an 150-meter swim. There were moments when April struggled to continue. But in the face of adversity, with the entire crowd behind her, she persevered. And when she crossed the finish line, it was a sweet moment, but filled with emotion.
When you see that back, what do you think? You're
it's
there.
Amazing. I mean, that is just absolutely amazing.
So, there's a subtle message in there for all those people who say, I can't go to the gym. If you can go to the gym and you can get fit, then anyone can do it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I would advise everybody to take can't out of your vocabulary, because anything that you want to do, anything that you will yourself to do, it can absolutely be done. And you just saw that.
Yeah. Here on the show, I'm making it my mission to celebrate strong, inspirational women. So we thought we'd start with a big step. So we want to make you a permanent part of our show. So...
Wow.
Here's what we did. We framed this picture of April, and we're going to keep it right there on our set, so you'll be able to see yourself every damn day we do this show, girl.
Wow. That's amazing.
And we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Up next,
she knows he's not the father, and she wants to pin it on him anyway. I ain't even gonna lie, I don't want him to burn out on the baby.
Where are they now?
It was painful for me to find out that Tawana had lied to me and that Trinity was not my daughter.
Outrageous guest update.
Full custody.
Amazing. Today on Trisha.
Today. Now, you tweeted, we're answering. Today, we're updating you on the most tweeted Trisha guests of the season. This next story involved a man named Robert who came here praying a DNA test proved he was the father of his 2-year-old daughter, Trinity. You see, Robert had been run over by a car, and while he was in the hospital, his girlfriend, Tawana, claimed he got her pregnant. Here's the problem, Robert didn't remember sleeping with her. The twist, Tawana's own mother didn't believe he was the father either.
I'm here to see my daughter that I raised, that I take care of, that I love, is really mine. If this little girl's not mine, I'll be devastated.
Did you have sex? Do you remember having sex?
Yes, we did. Sex in the hospital.
What does your mom say about this?
He's not the dad. Robert's an absolute fool if he thinks that baby is his. My daughter is a liar, plain and simple. She knows he's not the father, and she wants to pin it on him anyway. You know you ain't the baby's daddy. Why do you know he ain't the baby's daddy?
Why would you say that? First of all, you're supposed to be my mom.
I want him to burn out on the baby. I ain't even gonna lie, I don't want him to burn out on the baby.
Robert's not Trinity's biological father. Logical, Robert. Biological. For that little girl's sake, do we have a deal that you will always be there for her as a daddy at the time? So after the results, our Twitter fans wanted to know, would Robert continue to raise Trinity? Here's the update.
Hey Trisha, how you doing? This is Robert. Just wanted to say, ever since the show, I've been in Trinity's life 100%. It was painful for me to find out that Tawana had lied to me and that Trinity was not my daughter. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do everything in my power to provide for this little girl. I love her with all my heart. I decided to fight for full custody. It's not a day to go by that I don't want her in my life. You was right, Trisha. Anybody can make a baby, but it takes a real man to be a father. Thanks, Trisha. Bye.
And Robert, we are so very proud of you. And more Twitter fan updates right after this.
Outrageous guest update.
Full custody.
Amazing. Today on Trisha.
Thank you for watching. And if you want to catch up on a past guest, let us know. Give us a tweet and we'll be happy to follow that up. But from me, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to put this great picture up on our wall of fame. Here's the first one. Take care. Bye-bye.